Oh man, it's the end of iDubbbz, a massive day for the unemployed. Is there actually any way that things get better for him? I will admit, oh man, you know what? I don't even feel comfortable saying this. You know what? I will. I don't see him and Anissa lasting. I don't. I think it's going to get worse, and I think iDubbbz is in a very horrible situation. The guy, I believe, is down 800,000 subscribers on his YouTube right now. So he is at 1.57 million views in the past. Oh my God, wait, I have 20 times the views of iDubbbz. What the fuck? That's insane. 1.57 million views, and he has lost. It says minus 30K, but I believe he was at 7.8 million and now he's on a 7.02. This might be bugged, but we'll see. Or maybe his downfall was massively overrated. Let's see. Let's find out what's going on with our good bud. Well, used to be. Our old pal iDubbbz. Man, time did not do him well.
Massive day for the unemployed.
It is.
iDubbbz's life keeps getting worse. From once being a beloved content creator, you know, loved by many, to just being a shadow of his former self. He's also down about 700,000 subs.
There it is. Yeah, this is what I thought. Yeah, I thought I saw a graph him at 7.8 down to 700,000 now.
Since his, like, peak. So what...
I mean, to be real, though, I'd rather have fallen off than never was, so 7 million subs is still a lot. Dude, at a certain point, do we start feeling bad for iDubbbz yet, guys? Have we started feeling bad? Have we gained empathy as chatters yet? Do we feel bad for this guy f***ing up his own life? Because, guys, we've seen what no pussy does to a man, but now we've seen what pussy does to a man.
Caused this mystical fall off? Why did everyone turn on iDubbbz? A woman. Now, if you're actually employed and miss the lore, she's basically the Antichrist. All right, let me get to some world building here. So
the libtard Antichrist, man, it really is fucked up.
They get married, and she pretty much forces him to take her last name.
Not that it matters, but the only reason why we chose my name over his last name is because his last name is like just objectively ugly.
You're married. You're essentially clouding your family, your new family. What?
It's just like an ugly last name. Like Washburn sounds horrendous.
I think it sounds cool. It sounds like a DOT effect in a video game when a character uses like heated water to give you a fire debuff and a water debuff at the same time. I think it's cool, man. Yeah, I would love that. John Washburn. It's a good name. It's got a nice ring
like
to it.
Like Anissa Washburn definitely stormed the Capitol.
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
Yo, is this...
I swear to God we've watched this before. Like, we haven't watched this, but I swear to God we've watched this. Like, are we in a time loop? Everything feels the same now.
Yes.
And trust me, it gets even worse. This is just the tip of the iceberg. His wife is actually a massive Hassan Piker fan. So much so that she allegedly took off her wedding ring last time she went to his house. She's
Divorce. Bro. If you got a wife that takes off their ring whenever they're around somebody else, that is the big hoe energy. Right? Like Bonnie Blue is rolling in her grave right now being like, damn, bro. And I thought I was a hoe. That's insane, bro. Jesus. Absolute. The disrespect, bro. He has not beaten the iCucks allegations.
She's also got iDubbbz emasculated to such an extreme where she's straight up doing only and you know, that's bad in itself, but she was taking photos during their wedding night, apparently.
Okay, here's my serious question. Did Anissa do OnlyFans before she started dating iDubbbz? No. So she started after they started going out. Oh my God. That is fucking levels of disrespect that no man with any dignity would ever tolerate, bro. You let your chick start in OnlyFans after y'all date? Holy shit. Just give him cocaine and make him a crack whore at that point. How little respect can you have, bro? Jesus.
Actually a demon. This woman uploaded pictures of her bared asshole to Twitter on their wedding day.
The happiest day of your life, and you're thinking, how do I slut max? Okay, this is a great day, but how do I whore max right now? Can I spread open my gaping asshole for all of my viewers to see while I get married to the supposed love of my life? How do you do this? Ballroom dance, share a drink, take photos, share a kiss, and then bend over and show your naked, dirty, hairy ass to the internet, bro. Good God.
What is more demonic than that?
And a question a self-respecting person might ask in this scenario, why is he still with this bitch? Ian lost his virginity to Anissa, and he had never had a girlfriend or been with a woman before that. This is what he told me shortly before he started dating her. He wants that incel audience bad. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but ironically, you are the incel audience. When your wife literally pays your electricity bill with her OnlyFans, I don't think you have the right to say incel audience, bro.
True.
They paying your bills. You know you're cooked when people start taking H3's side. My boy has not been so much as touched by the opposite sex before Anissa. In itself, it's not a big deal, but in the context of the relationship, I find it very humorous. Mogged by Tony Soprano.
You say humorous, I say
guess it was
sad.
dad bod season. Bro, you were harassing teenagers at 26 and then learned empathy at 30.
At the age of 32, I've acquired empathy.
Yeah, literally. Guy with the OF wife and no kids calling the guy with a normal wife and kids an incel. Yeah, that's an incel right there if I've ever seen one.
Yeah,
His
true,
wife is
dude.
non-stop sending him on a humiliation ritual, and this is still just the tip of the iceberg.
I want to ask you if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had, like, IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
His wife doesn't see a single problem with this. She's just clowning him on stream live. When do you put the foot down and say enough is enough? Because all the clips I see of his wife, it's just her ruining his life, getting him involved with her schizo friends, and just kind of tarnishing his reputation. Like, these are crazy eyes if I've ever seen any.
Commentary YouTubers have no idea what it is to work a normal job.
You're wrong. This is me working as a parking guy. I might be retarded, but at least I've had a job.
You have no clue.
Whoa, shiver me timbers. Is that the cage she keeps iDubbbz in? I get some of these clips.
Oh my god! Oh no, he did not just do that to him, bro. He did not. He did not just say that shit, bro. Holy fuck, that's foul, bro. That is beyond foul, brother. That is disgusting.
Are old, but once again,
Jesus.
world building guys.
Chicken
Remember.
jockey.
And speaking of new, Billy Mitchell himself joined the fray. Only one can teach iDubbbz how to get a better woman.
Yep.
Jesus, if you know, you know. This iDubbbz guy just can't catch a break. Every time I open this app, he's getting burned alive. iDubbbz could end all of this by coming out as gay. You gotta divorce your wife, iDubbbz.
You
Low-key,
have
I'm
to.
kind of personally invested in this song.
Legit, if he divorced his wife and said she made me do it and like cried, everybody would believe him and take his side. And then we would finally have creator class 3, man. It'd be a big dub for iDubbbz. The first dub he's gotten in a while.
Saga at this point, maybe because I used to watch iDubbbz when I was younger and I thought he was alright. No, and it's not because he said slurs all the time. That doesn't matter. It just felt like he was kind of genuine in a sea of like weird bad actors like Jake Paul.
Yeah, he said the N-word before it was cool. He was a pioneer of our industry.
And Rice Gum. But still, the greasiest thing he's done hands down is skipped Max Mofo, his friend's wedding for his wife's tattoo
Yeah, that
appointment.
shit was fucked.
The wedding situation. When he was first fucking sending out invites, I was like really uncertain of how that was going to work out because I had some kind of important plans here in the States. So
These kind of important plans conveniently lined up perfectly with his wife's tattoo appointment, like a Japanese gang member. In a vacuum, this is bad in itself, but it gets even worse when you consider the fact that Joji, the musician, or Filthy Frank, whatever you call him, literally scheduled his tour dates around his friend's wedding. But iDubbbz had
What a
important
good-ass
things
dude.
going on. Give me a break. That was pretty much the beginning of the end for iDubbbz, and most of his audience knew he was cooked and pretty much started to unsubscribe en masse. And I just keep finding more and more and more, and what hasn't she said about her husband? Now, you can't say the name iDubbbz without mentioning Creator Clash, sponsored by Fansly. Nevertheless, his wife had this to say after he lost his fight.
He still would have lost to.
I remember I saw this gym influencer the other day. They're like, oh, I would never make an OnlyFans. I would never make an OnlyFans. And then you see in their bio, they have Fansly. Brother, that's the same thing. It is by all accounts, on every accord, that is the exact same fucking thing.
Dr. Mike, even if he could breathe and didn't have fractured shins. No offense.
No, that's valid.
Dude was in the ring and he's getting no support from his wife. My wife better be there, Rocky Balboa, cheering me on. You know what I'm saying?
I love you.
You know, that's the good ending.
Doesn't matter how much training you've put in, doesn't matter how hard you've worked. Get a supportive girlfriend who will always prey on your downfall. Here's what people are saying: you still would have lost. How could your wife be your biggest hater during an interview?
Pegasus's coverage is second to none now. Speaking of Peg,
it's time for your pegging.
My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, and I think all of it is cool. Online and see people attacking partner. And
Anissa is on camera saying he has bad breath, is a cheapskate, shits himself daily, and that he didn't like being pegged. This is just insane. I feel like I'm watching part of a humiliation ritual for Ian. If one of my exes was saying this type of shit while we were together, it would be a huge issue.
Bro, if she's saying this shit while together, what won't they say when they eventually, inevitably divorce? Guys, it's gonna be bad. Like, oh man. He's gotta be with her out of fear, right? Like, dude, if you're saying all this shit while you're together, what will she not say when they separate? She gotta have some crazy dirt on him, bro. She gotta have some crazy ass shit on him.
Not to mention he goes on Hassan's stream and scoots his chair further and further back, leading into the cuck role. He looks so uncomfortable. Look at this guy's body language. He doesn't want to be there.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Ian's not into any of that shit. I've tried.
Okay, then keep it to yourself. Why does the internet have to know about that? You know how the internet is. iDubbbz is so pussy whipped because, like, any normal person, even a tenth of what he's dealing with would just end it right there.
Absolutely.
To an outsider looking in, he just seems like a very insecure guy and scared to make any boundaries out of the fear he'll lose his girl.
Yep.
Anissa made iDubbbz go to the doctor to get prescription Adderall for ADHD he doesn't have. Ian didn't get diagnosed with ADHD the first time, so Anissa forced him to go back with her a second time so that she could argue with him why he has ADHD. Anissa tried to get iDubbbz diagnosed with cancer out of paranoia. I just feel sorry for this guy. His life is spiraling so hard he had to even leave the creek.
Like, yeah, iDubbbz has done some, you know, some very questionable bad things, absolutely. But already, before it's even over, he's already received a punishment that's 10,000 worse than the crime. And that's his current wife. And that's just the truth, guys.
Creator clash that he built, not the Ludwig Fadsley sponsor. He wants that incel audience bad. Again, I gotta emphasize, if you're selling your pooper for $5 on the internet, you have no right to use the word incel or complain about incels ever. You are fueling the fire. Now, this kind of explains everything. You know, the Sonichu medallion curse. It took another victim. On the real, the content cop iDubbbz dropped on H3 backfired so hard that people started taking H3's side. If at any point you begin to feel bad for Ian, just remember this. This MF looked into a camera lens, edited the footage, and uploaded a video justifying the CPS visit to our home. No mercy.
Yep.
Then he posted this photo, which, you know, quite frankly, I don't even know what this means, so enlighten me, fellas. Ethan keeps making fun of Ian for being a virgin before Anissa, but I imagine getting picked by Anissa. That's a W. Like, I'm so jealous. When your loudest support is coming from Reddit, you know you're cooked. Like, those dudes would genuinely get a job at the morgue for some action. Now, if you're watching this video and you're a virgin...
absolutely not, man.
Jokes aside, that doesn't even matter, especially if it's for religious reasons. But when iDubbbz starts saying stuff like this, it is kind of funny. He hates his audience because he looked into the Shrek magic mirror and saw himself.
You can actually tell when I'm having a terrible day because I will not shut up on Twitter. I will not fucking shut up. I will tweet the stupidest shit.
I went to look at her age. She's 31 and her birth sign is Cancer. You shocker. You are pushing 40, arguing with strangers on Twitter. I'm 24, and even I stopped using Twitter because I realized if I'm gonna talk
24, pushing 30, man. Come on, we're all in this, man. Come on. 31 is not pushing 40, by the way. I take disrespect to that. 31 is not pushing 40. 35, 36, sure, you're pushing 40. 31, absolutely not.
I might as well get paid for it, but I digress. But all of this could have been easily avoided if iDubbbz just manned up and squatted 200 pounds below parallel.
Sam, he was right.
Mark my words, that woman is gonna ruin his life.
So there's a video of Sam Hyde, and he goes, she's gonna ruin his life. Mark my words.
Get rid of Yoko Ono. She's like his entertainment handler.
No matter what you think of H3 or Sam Hyde in that matter, you can't deny that the ghost of Kiev is right. iDubbbz truly is a shell of his former self, and it's honestly pretty sad to look at, and quite frankly, she has a big part to play in it. You don't even have to say slurs to be funny. And it's honestly sad the path he went. Anyway, even Leafy came back to the internet. There's definitely something brewing, so stay tuned. He's clouded hard too. Did he cry again? Realistically, I only covered the surface because this downfall is so disastrous. Anyway, subscribe to the channel if you're...
Guys, I want to remind you that Ethan did say he was making another content nuke. We will see what that is. But for right now, we're at the tip of the iceberg, and it's still going to get worse.